Stephanie.
Oh, thank you for wearing your sexy liberal shirt. Yes, it is. It's Sexy Liberal COVID inaugural week. It's very exciting. Now we can have a party. Oh my
Finally.
God. Oh my God. Did you see Mary Trump is like 38 hours is a long time.
It is.
Whenever that was, I'm like, I know. Are you like Travis and I were just on edge, haven't slept. I'm just, right?
I mean, tomorrow can't come soon enough at this point,
Oh my God.
We're just over 24 hours out and cannot wait. I've got champagne ready to go.
Because you're drinking for two now, as you do.
Actually, I'm drinking for everyone.
I'm drinking a cocktail.
Maybe when I can taste again, I'll have a glass of champagne.
There you go.
Sue in Rockville, you're on with Jodi. Hi, Sue.
Hi, everyone. I think we're at 26 hours. So we're going to do
26. Wow. Let's do this.
I'd like to just mention, because today, 76 years ago today, my parents were liberated from a slave labor camp in Lodz, Poland. And we vowed never to forget and to always honor the sacrifice of others. And tonight we will bow our heads at 5:30 at President Biden's request and remember the 400,000 innocent souls lost to COVID in this country.
Yeah.
And I just want to remind people that I know there's groups who want to move on, who want to forget what the GOP has done to us. But every single thing that has gone wrong is not just Trump, it's the Republicans. And this attack was an inside job, and it was Republicans who supported it, even though they all knew Biden and Harris had actually won. So when you get weak, when you get tired, take a rest, but come back and remember our job is to never forget what the Republican Party did to us, almost destroyed our democracy because they wanted power and they wanted money and they didn't give a damn about innocent American lives because they never have. And
so this is, they're all sitting there think they got away with all this. Cruz, Hawley, all these, QAnon, Betty and Veronica. The reckoning is coming. We are not done with them. Thank you, Sue. Yeah, Representative Steve Cohen, Jodi, did you see this talking about this would be QAnon Veronica, the brunette? Yeah, okay.
Only thing that I've seen, Congressman Yarmouth refreshed my recollection yesterday. We saw Congressman Boebert taking a group of people for a tour sometime after the 3rd and before the 6th. I don't remember the day. We were walking in a tunnel. We saw her and commented who she was, and she had a large group with her.
Yeah, and she lied about it. She said she didn't. One more, Steve Cohen.
It was pretty clear that her team is the team. She's not on the home team. She was with the visitors.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, how about this Capitol rioter that was going to sell Pelosi's laptop to the Russians? I mean, I'm
glad they got her.
This fake presidency ends as it began. They're all a bunch of traitors, right? I mean, it's Quinnipiac poll 34%. Trump approve of Trump as president, 61% disapprove, 59%. That's almost 60, Chris. Believe Trump should not be allowed to hold elected office in the future. Jodi, we just have to remember there really are a lot more of us. The other Pew poll I saw is at 29%. Right. It's just we just have so much work to do, and these lunatics. I mean, all these stories of these lunatics at the Capitol are just I don't even know what to say. By the way, so Kyle tweets, Speaker Pelosi, speaking of, sent a letter late yesterday to Acting Defense Secretary Miller demanding an immediate halt to the improper process of installing unqualified Trump loyalist Michael Ellis as the new NSA General Counsel 72 hours prior to the beginning of the new administration. So what do you think this is about? He is never up to any good,
right?
But particularly in hours left in his presidency, right?
And isn't there a rule that Biden can fire people that have been hired within the last month or something?
Yes. I mean, a lot of this Biden's going to undo. It's just a pain in the ass. But some of it is there's a reason they're trying to burrow people into the intelligence. Our friend AG, Mueller, she wrote, who's so good at all this, because I'm frequently like, what the hell is going on, right? Like, why? And she's been, in the government for a long time. And anyway, she said, let me start with just what I did her whole thread because I just was like, what the F? Like, how much do we have to be worried about? right? In this last day and a half. So let's see, where does she start? Blah, 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 blah. She was, blah, blah, blah. I mean, she's talking the whole thing, intelligence briefings. I mean, it is very disturbing, right? That it's NSA and what's the other place he's trying to put this new. First of all, the Nunes stooge, Patel, was the one that tried to hide the Ukraine call and the secure. I mean, can you imagine how much crap is going to come out that they're trying to hide now? I think that's part of it, right? Okay, so hang on a second. Sorry, I don't know where this thread begins. Blah, 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 with Mueller, she wrote. She said, okay, she said, okay.
This is what happens when you print Twitter.
Yeah, here we go. No, this was good. This was worth it. Our friends, shout out to Mueller, she wrote, who I love their podcast. Maddow was asking tonight why the MyPillow guy and other Trump allies like Acting Defense Secretary Chris Miller are making an 11th hour push to install Trump sycophants in the NSA and the CIA. There has to be a reason, and I have a guess. Okay, so here she goes. First, we know that after Trump met with Chris Miller last Friday, Miller made a push to force Michael Ellis, former Nunes counsel guy and the guy who hid the Zelensky call in the code word classified system as NSA general counsel. We also know the MyPillow guy told Trump to install Kash Patel, former Nunes aide, as acting CIA director. But what Maddow didn't mention was that Haspel nearly resigned last December when Trump tried to install Patel as the deputy director back then. And Pelosi isn't taking this lightly. She sent a letter demanding answers. And we learned today that Biden's COS, Ron Klain, has considered stopping intelligence briefings for Trump after he leaves office. National Intel's Sue Gordon penned an op-ed saying we should cut off access to intelligence to Trump because he might be unusually vulnerable to bad actors with ill intent. But this is, she said that's the glaring part. You said, why is he vulnerable? He's $1 billion in debt, much of which is coming due in the next few years. His friend at Deutsche Bank, Rosemary somebody, resigned after they started looking into his loans. No bank will touch him. He's broke and desperate. If they cut off his intelligence briefings, how will he get access to our national security secrets to sell? Perhaps by burrowing allies into intelligence agencies? I'm just guessing, but it seems pretty obvious to me, and I've been saying it for a while. P.S. I should be clear. I don't think this is the only reason he's burrowing aides into intelligence agencies, just an obvious one. Biden will be able to remove them, and I think he will. Yeah. So, this is what we're all like this about, going, what is he doing and why? What sort of damage? And you know that he would love nothing more than to ruin Biden's inauguration somehow, right?
Yes, of course.
But he's doing all this also as like you were talking about earlier. Biden's still trying to get his cabinet confirmed and into office.
Right.
So these people are running the ships right now because he doesn't have his cabinet in there.
Right. Because everybody's acting. I mean, first of all, this is why, Jodi, this happened on the 6th because of Trump's administration was in charge. It was his Department of Homeland Security that hasn't taken the threat of domestic violence seriously because they're Trump supporters and they're white. I mean, there was the story of the what do you call it? Department of Homeland Security soldiers just standing there. They're on standby. No one sent them in because, so it's like, I mean, the gall of Lindsey Graham to say this is Nancy Pelosi's fault. What happened at the Capitol? I mean,
it's that Lindsey. She's just so terrible. I don't love her.
You do not love her anymore?
I do not love her.
Oh, tidbit though, I learned from that article, Stephanie, about the Air Force, the flight down to Georgia.
Yeah.
Lindsey's favorite dessert when he's on Air Force One is strawberries and cream.
Oh, naturally.
Strawberries and cream, just like it has a Kentucky Derby, and I wore the same outfit that Julia Roberts did in that big hat. Very good, because my skin is sun sensitive.
Strawberries and cream is his drag name. Yeah,
I bet he loves.
If you don't get me a bunch of new dresses, big mistake. Big mistake.
Huge.
That's a pretty woman. Okay, all right. I'm not going to do any soundbite that says Pelosi talks with Hillary Clinton. I mean, I'm here for this, Travis.
Did you hear about this?
Here. Yes, of course I did. Here, Nancy Pelosi.
Here it is, the Capitol, this symbol of democracy to the world, being overrun by people who are being incited by a person who is not speaking truth. Everybody says, well, we've got to move on. No, we can't move on.
No.
We can't move on. We will move on, but we have to take stock of what this is.
Thank you, she went on to say.
It was purposeful that it happened that day to prevent us from exercising our constitutional duty to get this done, with 2/3 of the House Republicans voting that the election was not legitimate. And that's really heartbreaking.
Yeah, and then one last one.
What happened last week was a gift to Putin because Putin wants to undermine democracy in our country and throughout the world. And these people, unbeknownst to them maybe, are Putin puppets. They were doing Putin's business when they did that at the incitement of an insurrection by the President of the United States. So yes, we should have a 9/11 commission, and there's strong support in the Congress to do that.
Oh, God, Jodi, I just have a sense like all my dreams are going to come true finally. They're just delayed a little bit, but it's like a delayed orgasm. It's going to be fantastic. The Mueller report, Bill Barr C-blocked that.
Oh, yeah.
He bleep blocked the Mueller report. It's all going to come out. It's going to be glorious. Hillary Clinton tweeted, Speaker Pelosi and I agree. Cue Hillary laugh forever, Sean. Congress needs to establish an investigative body like the 9/11 Commission to determine Trump's ties to Putin so we can repair the damage to our national security and prevent a puppet from occupying the presidency ever again. I hope that doesn't bother him on the way out the door.
Right.
Or we're going to find out he didn't win 2016 either. Yes, Chris? I'm sorry.
I think this is getting your sex juices going for a second day in a row.
I know.
Jodi, there's something about my new antibodies. It's just like it's ginning up my sex juices. It's getting everything right. The second impeachment got everything moving in there, and now the inauguration is just gonna wow. Right, Anita in San Antonio? Anita, come to mama.
No, it's just puffs of dust that are coming out.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
Okay, first, but that's just to get it going, and then it gets all juicy.
Oh,
Oh, my. Poor
yes,
Travis.
Anita. Hi, Anita. Hi.
No, I remember who played it, Trump's installation. It was Three Doors Down, the 5 piano guys, and the 16-year-old runner-up on American Idol.
Right.
We have Bismarcky. Wait, Sean, we have Bismarcky in there. I'm almost positive. We have it in the instant replay. Yeah. Oh, I remember it.
You got what I need.
You
say he's just a friend.
Yeah, okay. That was quite an array of talent. You're correct, Anita.
Did he really
Three Doors
play?
Down. I remember that.
Oh, my God.
Down, that 90s one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
How much fun is it to just think about Trump stewing nonstop for weeks now?
Oh, my God.
About Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
And that no one's going to his little pity party, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, it really hurt. It hurt with Garth Brooks especially, because I remember Garth Brooks turning him down.
Right.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
Remember that?
Oh,
Everybody
Anita, he didn't turn him down. He had a scheduling conflict, as you recall.
Oh, that's right. They all had a scheduling conflict.
As they say in Hollywood.
Yeah. And nothing hurts him more than, being dissed by Hollywood. Even though they pretend they hate Hollywood.
I know. Oh, he's so jealous.
Yeah.
He's so jealous. Anyway, all right, Anita, we've all had a rough ride, man, these last 4 years, but we love you.
I love you
We're
guys.
almost to the promised land.
Thank you for being there.